Reggae Interviews. Word Sound Power.
This is DJ 745 for Reggae Interviews, sitting beside a man who has graced us with his distinctive yet soulful mellow voice for over 3 decades. Music fans know him by his stage name of Sanchez, but I want to welcome the real Kevin Jackson for all of our viewers today. Welcome.
My respect, enough respect in every aspect. Yes.
Now, one of the reasons, we were talking off air earlier, and one of the reasons why I feel it's so important to document the histories of artists like yourself is we want to preserve the musical history and set a setting for younger generations to learn about the music that you've been making so beautifully over the last 3 decades.
Definitely. And that's why we give thanks for people like you to get words out, because you know, it's not been fairly dealt with, so I won't even go there. I swear.
I mean, when I'm sort of thinking back, I'm thinking that there's going to be at least one person that's watching this interview today who either grew up with mummy or daddy, or even grandma or granddad, listening to your music. How does that make you feel?
Of course, it's good to be a household, and to be honest, it's even better to know that your songs are on everyone's lips. When you're doing them, they're singing them word for word, so it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling.
And I think the other thing that I think is really important for me, having children myself now, is that your music can be played to people of all ages, from young babies to great grandmas, granddads. It's relevant to everybody.
Yes, sir. I got grandkids, and my oldest child is 36 going on, so I can't afford right now to do anything out of the way or anything less than Sanchez. Right.
Well, look, it's 2020. We're here at the Drop the Bass studio in St. Mary in Jamaica, and you've had a great start to the year with great performances at Rebel Salute, the Red Rose for Gregory. You're keeping the UK fraternity happy with shows alongside Barrington Levy. How do you feel that 2020 has started for you?
Of course, because I know a lot of people didn't make it. Also, some of my friends. So I'm just honored to be alive in this time, this year. Yeah, grateful. Yes, sir.
And one of the things that I think is also significant is that 2020 is the year where we're celebrating 30 years from when you first touched into the UK.
Yeah.
I'm making you sound old here, right?
Come on, but it's been a while, for real. And I can remember that time was we were dealing with like Birmingham and them places. So yeah, 30 years. Whoa. Yeah, went by fast.
Let's just take our viewers back to that time back in 1990, the Hummingbird Centre in Birmingham, to be exact. What sort of memories does that bring to you? Was there nerves going on inside Sanchez? Because
of course, because I wasn't out there yet. I wasn't doing shows like that, and that stage was a big stage, high stage. So I was in everybody's eyes. So I had to do my best. Yeah, but I thank God for everything and all the experience and all that has happened. Yeah, and what is about to happen. Yeah, yes, sir.
I mean, one thing certainly that I can say about the UK is that we've always had a really soft spot for Sanchez. You know, the ladies will come out in their abundance to see Sanchez at a stage show.
Yeah, that's what I'm all about. No disrespect to the gents, but that's what I'm all about, man. My ladies, come on out. Let's give me some more ladies. Come on out. Yeah.
You were born and grew up in Stony Hill and Waterford. The church played a very influential role in your upbringing.
Yeah, I would say the main part in my upbringing, because it has taught me to be humble, and because I tell you the truth, if I wasn't, maybe I would be squeezing someone's neck or something, because I've been there. I've been taunted to do that. So I just give thanks for the church, you know, and most of all, it has given me what I love best, which is music. And I'm thankful for that. Yes, sir.
So what sort of age were you when you first started singing in church?
About eight, nine. Yes, I was leading the children choir, then I started leading the junior choir, then they called me to lead the senior choir. Okay. And I did that, and that's when I started recording. Because people say, man, you're too good, man. Try to get something out there, for real. So I'm grateful for all of them, all the people who said to Sanchez or Kevin, try something in music. Yeah, because it has helped. Yeah, and I've loved it more than anything else in my life right now.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Was there any family members that had a musical background aside from the church, of course?
Not that I can remember, to be honest. So I think this is just a gift from God, and I accept. Yeah. Yes, sir.
So I'm thinking now, so obviously you're grown up, you're 8, 9 or 10 years old, and you're progressing through the different church choirs. How did you make that transition into secular music?
Man, that was hard because I used to get a lot of slaps and a lot of, I would say, downgrading, because like in the church, you know, they would put me on the front bench for everyone to see that, and no one else is on that bench. So that's someone who has done bad. So everyone could see me. I can't read my Bible and certain things I couldn't do. So it was hard. But music said to me, come. And I went. I'm not really saying I despise church in any way. If I get the call right now and it's the call, then that it's going to be what it is.
True.
So I'm not hardening my heart. I'm not stiffening my neck. I'm not going to be a fool. I just want to be focused and know that there's an Almighty, and He's the one I pray and praise every time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So were your family, were your parents supportive of you making that change into music?
Of course. I mean, somewhat, but they were. You know, because after my mom and my dad started to find out who was Sanchez, who is Sanchez, and you find that out to be your son, they were like, wow. But they still were saying, you need to come sing for the Lord. Come on over. But as I say, it's never too late.
True.
Yes, sir.
When we're talking now, in the early days, sound systems played a very important role in your early career. So I'm thinking of Rambo sound system, Crystal, Small Axe. What are your memories?
Ray Symbolic, all them sounds back in the days.
Okay.
I used to listen Jack Ruby, all of them.
All of them.
Yes, man, I used to love to listen. So just go there and listen. And so I would get my vibes. I would sing them in myself because I was shy. So I would sing them in myself and say, wow, that rhythm can work. And, you know, so it was good. Yes.
So thinking back to, you know, the sounds that you mentioned, like Ray Symbolic, Jack Ruby, were there any particular singers that you almost aspired to be like or emulate?
Of course, man. For real, coming up, I used to listen You Madu.
Okay.
And I would hear even our own that sings on Jaro. I soon tell you his name, but all of them, I used to listen them. I used to listen Half Pint. I used to listen to all of them, man. I can't remember their names right now, but I used to listen to them, and I used to try. I used to tell myself, man, I have to be, if it's not like them, close. Yes. Yeah. Because they're putting the word out, and that's what I wanted to do. Yeah.
And then, of course, then you had the DJs connections, obviously Red Dragon, Flower Gun, Daddy Lizard. That's where you all kind of came together, I think, on Rambo.
Yeah, they're DJs, but, you know, they keep it together and they keep it real. Yeah, and that's what I like. Yes.
So what are your first experiences of singing on a sound system then?
Man, that was the greatest thing. I never wanted to put on the mic, and they never wanted for me to go. They just wanted to hear me sing all night, and I was like, wow, is this really happening? But it happened, and I tried it again, and it happened, and that's when I started recording. Yeah. But it was something, man, to know that you have that moment for the people to listen. It was great. Yes.
So what sort of songs were you singing back then, when you were taking your first footsteps into sound system?
Just the songs that I used to hear every Sunday when my mom played them or my dad would play them. So it would be more old songs that really more deep. So those are the songs I would listen to. Yeah.
And I want you to tell our viewers about a selector. The name of the selector is Bottle Drinks. Who is that?
That's that's a name. Yeah, they gave me that name for some reason. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell the reason why. But they say, yeah, your name is Battle Drinks.
Okay.
Yes, and I accepted it because I was doing well. People love me and everything. So whatever name you call me, I'm good to go. Yes, man, it was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
So I'm now sort of thinking of Park Lane in Kingston, Red Hills.
Yeah.
That was recently renamed Sanchez Drive. How did that make you feel?
Oh man, that's another milestone. That's another star in my crown that I really, really, really respect so much. And as I said before, we're not being fairly dealt with because I think these things should be on the forefront. We're Jamaicans, we're Jamaican artists. We uphold Jamaica 100%. And whenever an artist try to differ or try to go away from Jamaica, it's because of just the treatment. Yeah, I won't go no further, but it's deep. Trust me. Yeah.
So how did the concept of naming some of the roads in the Red Hills area, Sanchez Drive, Lizard Close, Red Dragon Path, who was behind that?
Man, I couldn't tell you.
You don't know?
I swear to God, I just give thanks for whosoever, for the committee that came together and decided Sanchez. So I'm just grateful. I say again, just enough respect, man. Thanks again, you know, for real. Because I'm being honored while I'm alive, and I give thanks.
True.
Yes, sir.
Because one thing I noticed over the last 20 years that I've been coming backwards and forwards to Jamaica is that we still don't really have a really, really solid path or trail that people, visitors, fans of the music can actually take. So like as an example now, if we go down Orange Street, Beach Street, there's nothing there. You know, I know that Big Youth has obviously like put an input into some new murals and things. We still have the Rockers shop, but then, you know, people that want to maybe see where was the house where Dennis Brown was born, none of that is being documented.
That's what I'm saying. And I think, you know, no disrespect, Bob is a king. He's a king.
Right.
But remember that there's a prince.
Yeah.
And I always feel it in my heart to know that, you know, Dennis, I mean, we could go on and on.
Of course, Dennis is an example, right?
He's the greatest thing I've ever listened to as a reggae singer. Okay. And you're hearing it from me. Right. Yes, sir.
Okay.
No disrespect. Barry, you're my friend, you know that. Straight. You're my man, you know, but you know Dennis. Yes, sir.
Well, let's hope that, you know, the powers to be can try to do something further to develop our music.
Of course, that's a focus. That's a focus straight up. And we won't differ, we won't lose it any at all. We won't make mankind or whatever is happening cause us to. Because we still have to be there when the guns are clapping in our ears. We have to know that. We have to keep focused.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So we won't be afraid. Trust me.
True.
And we won't bug out. We won't sell out. Straight like that. Yes, man. Straight.
Okay, let's focus back on your musical career, which is, you know, so rich and so wealthy. Selector Bottle Drinks now has to transition into Sanchez the singer.
Yes.
How did that transition happen? I understand that Derek Barnett was quite influential.
Yeah. Yes. I remember when I used to go out on sounds and I'm selecting the songs, and meanwhile I'm in the box digging up, because you know you have to dig up for your songs and you keep talking on the mic, and yeah, that's where I got it.
So you got it.
And I said to myself, all right, I can flip over a version and just sing it and see what you get. And I tried it. I mean, I tell the people, was like, is you a singing? My God. And I was like, what? And then I started doing that. Then I passed that over to somebody else for them to select, and I would do the talking and the singing. Yes, so I wanted the mic.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to get the mic. I never wanted to play no music.
No.
Right.
And I guess that obviously from the background that you had in childhood, singing comes naturally to you.
Of course. As I said, that's what I wanted to do. And then God has blessed me in that favor. And I'm just honored. I'm honored, to be honest, because I might not be doing much now, but I can live off what I've done so far, and I can reminisce on a lot of stuff. So it has done me well, and I know it has done some of my fans well too. So yeah, enough respect. Yes.
Redman, The Lady in Red. That was back in what, 1987? That was the first one.
Man who saw Sanchez and decided that nigga could sing. For real. I'm serious. And I said, what, you going to put me in the studio? And him said, yeah man, reach up at the studio by X time. And I did. Went there with fire, and the song went #1. And sometimes I wonder about the look in your eyes. Yeah, that song did me well. And from that, Sanchez was off.
Was Sanchez as the artist was
born? Yes, sir.
Right. So tell me, where does the name Sanchez come from then?
Yeah, just playing some football on the beach. Me, Flower Gun, and Daddy Lizard, all my friends. We're still friends, and we're playing ball, and I remember I scored a goal, and they were saying, man, you come like Sanchez, so play for Mexico.
Hugo Sanchez.
Yeah, Hugo Sanchez. You come like Sanchez. Yeah, Sanchez, man. And I name that time. I say, wow, name that sound good. So I just
grabbed it.
Yeah,
made it
choked it. Yes, sir. So, yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it has done me well again, because Sanchez is a name I respect, and I always try to uphold. Yes, sir. Yeah.
And then we had the big single, Winston Riley, Loneliness. How did that come about?
Yeah, as I said, just home, because I couldn't go nowhere. I never had the privilege like some of my friends to go out and even go on the road like to play. I would get whipped for that. So I would mostly stay home and listen to my radio. And I try to always listen certain songs and try to sing them. And that song was a song I already completed and mastered, so I wanted to do it. Yeah.
I mean, back then, I'm sort of thinking back to, performances like Sunsplash, all the awards, because, that was a big single. It still is a big single, and it's still part of your stage repertoire.
Yes, sir. And you see, a lot of people don't even realize that song, I didn't write that song. That song was written by Jermaine Jackson. And I did it, and I've made it mine. That was right now. Don't believe I didn't write it. And when they check back, they say, "Oh my God!" They would text me and say, "Wow, I found the song, and wow, your song, your version is a better one." But that's the man who did that song.
That song.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that, because I think that that's happened so many times in reggae music. I'm thinking of like when I look at the song that Lust did, "Just As I Am." Yeah. Originally by Air Supply, but when you actually listen to the Lust version, that's the real deal to me.
It's great, man. Every time. That's why I say again, we are not being dealt with evenly, fairly. Because a lot of singers I can tell about right now, they're great, but that's all they can hear. They're great singers, but you can't see nothing. Right. We need to see some more respect being shown to Jamaican artists by Jamaicans in high places we're talking about now. Yeah. Because we have gotten that off the streets. Yeah, we have mastered that so far, but we need to feel that love from the bigger heads. Yeah, who say, yeah, Jamaica, because that's what we say. So whatever party it is, we love Jamaica. Yeah, and we'll die for Jamaica. Yes, sir.
Would the powers above, would they die for you? That's the question.
That's the question. And it's deep. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because I'm obviously based in the UK, and it almost seems as though in the last, 2 decades at least, it almost seems like the rest of the world seems to be embracing the music of Jamaica more so than Jamaica itself.
I've experienced it over and over again, times and times again. That's why I say I need to get that love. Yeah, man. Of course, man. You're going through the airports and all of that, man. You're on the streets and you get stopped by the cops. I think there should be more respect and love shown to Jamaican artists. No disrespect. Because not all of us are bad, and not all of us push bad stuff. So when you see an artist striving, doing the right thing, give him that respect. Of course. Of course. We are the one who caused a lot of people to be here, to come to this island. And I can tell you that without a doubt.
Yeah.
Because I've been told. Yeah. Rebel Salute, Splash, Sting, Sunfest, you name them. If it wasn't for those shows, we wouldn't have a lot of people coming here.
Yeah.
And it's because of our music, so we need to be shown some more respect.
Respect.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I mean, your music has the respect across all four corners of the globe, and I know that touring plays a very big part of your life, and I'd probably say to you that there's probably not anywhere really that you haven't really touched or conquered. Your stage shows are something different though. Yeah,
I try to allow that transformation to take place, because I can tell you straight up that when I'm on stage, yes, I'm transformed. Yeah. That's how it is.
I mean, aside from the beautiful voice and the music, it's like you're giving the whole package though. Your stage attire is something. Who's responsible for making your outfits?
Yeah, well, some of them was made by my wife. I would pen them, draw them, she would execute them.
You would draw them?
Yeah, I would draw them.
Okay.
Because sometimes I don't want something that is out there.
Okay.
Or there's something like with a one-side thing.
Right, okay.
That's back in the days though. So we step it up a bit and try to catch on to what's happening now.
What's happening now?
But yeah, and I like to get some from the tailor.
Of course.
Some nice tailored suit. Yeah, for my girls, when they come out to see Sanchez, well dressed. Some of them do them here for God knows how much. Their nails. You have to meet them halfway at least. Show them back that respect. So I'm there for you every time.
Every time.
Yeah, yes, my girls.
And I mean, over the years, you know, your catalogue just keeps growing bigger and bigger and bigger. I guess that you sometimes struggle to fit in the songs that you want to perform into, let's say, like an hour performance or something.
Yeah, and I can tell you I've got about like 4 different sets that would say, all right, let's do the one that we did in New York last week, or let's continue with this one because it's happening. So yeah, I've got a lot of songs, man. And I say give thanks, because that has made Sanchez. I can do without doing a song right now and still play that part. Yeah. So I'm respect. Yeah.
So is there one song that comes to mind right now where no matter where in the world you're performing, you can't leave the stage without performing that particular song?
Yeah, man, a song say there are lots of signs in life, and it's so true, because I've had my friend where we were drinking, on the corner drinking, and his mom was home cooking some soup, and him just said to me, "Well, run home and get some of the soup and come back, man. Why we drinking and stuff, you know?" And him just said, "I run home and go get some more." So my brethren ride off, and him said, "Hold on, the man," and jump on the back. That was the last time I saw him.
Okay.
I just went to look on his body, both of them.
Right.
So I have to give thanks, and that's the reason why we say there are a lot of signs in life, and you have to pay attention sometimes, or maybe every time. Yes, sir.
I guess as the saying goes, tomorrow's promised to nobody.
Definitely. Definitely. So we have to live today like it's the last.
True.
Yes, sir. Respect who you see, and just be kind, man, to who you can. Yeah, of course.
I mean, that song there was one of many that you recorded for the late Philip Fatis Morel. I mean, back in the 90s, you know, to me, I think that you worked with pretty much the majority of the big producers back then, you know, Jermaine, Bobby Digital, Jammies, you know, we could go on and on.
Yeah, but you're not even talking about back in England,
Saxon.
Come on, man. What?
Rearrange My Life.
Yes, man.
Matthew and Fluxy.
Yes, man. So you know that's oh God have mercy. So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I'm just honored to be on the Coxon label. You wouldn't know that feel. Yeah, so people would say vintage, but come what you may. I swear. Yes, because I say music and I stand for that until I die. Yes, sir.
I mean, in the early part of your career, some people were critical of Sanchez for saying Sanchez does too much cover versions. How do you reply to that?
Just with more cover versions. And let them know that, yeah, we can sing cover version, but what can you sing? Can you do better or can you do worse or just average? So I've proved over and over again that I can do it and I can do better than most of them. So call me what you may.
True. Again, just thinking back, Stone Love, the real rock rhythm track, If I Ever Fall in Love, that's one that you made your own,
Yes. And the first time I went by Stone Love and people played that rhythm, I was saying, my God, I could just hear me on it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was easy.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you have certain songs was just done easily. Yeah, half impulse, just it's done. But another song, another rhythm that you have to sit down and make sure it's done properly.
Work with it.
Yes. Yeah.
1994, that was quite a significant year for you. The song Brown Eyed Girl on Shocking Vibes.
Yeah.
That was a big hit single, wasn't it?
Yeah, man. Big time single Brown Eyed Girl. I'm big it up to Patrick Roberts and the crew, because they've done something for Sanchez as well. Because that song has always been in my collection. Yeah.
And then, I'm also thinking of songs like Missing You, of course, big song. Sweet Baby, Leave Out of Babylon. What I feel is that when we hear Sanchez working with these various producers, and we're only touching on a few of the names today, I want to be clear that there's a lot of other people that you've worked with, it almost brings out a different side of Sanchez every time.
Yeah, of course, because this producer would say, I want to hear the real Sanchez. I'm saying to myself, how much really can I get or can I be? But I know what they're saying. I know what they're searching for. So I just try to dig deeper every time and try to bring it out. Yeah, some man would say, oh, I'm one man for do. But no. Sometimes you can take talent. You can take that from a kid. Yeah.
Is there any producers that you can sort of like look back on where you kind of feel like the chemistry or the vibe between the two of you is solid?
Solid as a rock. We can say Patrick Roberts, we can say Fatis, we can say Winston Riley, we can call them out. We can say Dennis Starr, we can say all of them. King Jammys.
Okay.
Yeah, we can say John. We are solid like that.
Yeah.
We are friends. Yeah.
And at the same time, as well as working alongside some of the greats from the 80s and 90s in terms of producers, you also do a lot of work with younger producers as well. So I know that there's various production houses in England that you worked with. Here in Jamaica, I know that you've got a big single that's coming on Nah Left Your Music.
Yeah.
Big song.
Of course, and we must remember that music has no boundaries. And sometimes a baby would come to you with words that will just melt you. So, yeah, of course, I was honored to work with the producers that I've worked with, where I know point blank that they're young, but the zeal and just the fact that you saw Sanchez as someone you would record, I'm ready.
You're ready.
I'm ready, and I will help you along as we go, if I can, or if you allow me to. So, yeah.
On your last album, I understand that you've now started playing music as well.
Yeah.
What instruments are you playing then?
Man, I played everything, man. I tried to play everything. The drum is something that I've loved from church days. The bass, I used to play it in church. The rhythm guitar, I used to do that too. So I just needed to catch up on the pianos and my chords and some horns and all of that. So I tried. Yeah.
And I think a lot of these productions and a lot of your musical skills were featured on the last album that I think you released in 2018.
Right. And a lot of people, I tell you, a lot of them don't even realize that album is out. Much less to know of the songs on it. So I would advise all my fans to check that out. That's a very nice album. Yeah, and I'm going to put some more things behind it. I'm going to maybe redo some of the songs and get it back up because they didn't get it, so I'm going to poke it.
Make sure they get it.
Yeah, make sure they get it.
Yeah.
Of course. Yes, sir.
Do you think people are not maybe hearing about music so much now because of the way that we actually digest music nowadays? You know, it's all Spotify and Apple Music and things.
Yes, I've seen the greatest gospel singer done songs that I crave for, I die for. And I'm gonna see where 54,000 loved it and 3.7 million hated it.
Okay.
So you tell me, man. That's the words that I preach every day and you disregard it. But I say, as I say before, I'm gonna keep pumping it, because that's what causing us to be living the way we're living right now. Too much hostility.
So plans for the rest of 2020 then? And I know that of course there's going to be more music. Is there anything else that our viewers, your fans, should be looking out for?
Yeah, just more music, and always look for the best from Sanchez. Just the greatest.
Well, look, you know, from our point of view here at Reggae Interviews, it's been a pleasure and an honour to talk to an icon like yourself.
Yeah.
And we give thanks for your time today. And I've got to shout out Now Left Your Music for making the connection. We're here at the Drop the Bass studio in St Mary. A message to all your fans out there.
Just keep loving Sanchez, man. I swear to God, what else could I ask for? Because the love is what caused me to go, pushes me. So I crave for that. Yes, sir.
Sanchez, one love.
One love, man. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Reggae Interviews. Word Sound Power.